Good morning. Thank you for coming in for the interview today. Can you start by telling us a little about yourself?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. My name is Alexander, and I have been working as a professional driver for over 5 years. I have experience driving both personal and commercial vehicles, and I am familiar with maintaining high safety standards and excellent customer service. I enjoy driving, and I take pride in ensuring my passengers' comfort and safety.
That's great to hear. Can you tell us about your driving experience and the types of vehicles you are comfortable driving?
Sure. I've driven a variety of vehicles, including sedans, SUVs, and vans. I am comfortable driving both manual and automatic transmission vehicles. I have a clean driving record and am well versed in road safety, defensive driving, and the local traffic laws. I also have experience in route planning and avoiding traffic, ensuring that passengers get to their destinations on time.
That sounds like a solid background. Can you describe how you handle situations when you face a traffic jam or a detour?
When I encounter traffic or a detour, my first step is to stay calm and assess the situation. I try to stay updated on traffic conditions using GPS and traffic apps to find alternative routes. Communication with the passenger is key, so I always let them know if there will be a delay. I also plan ahead by leaving early whenever possible to avoid potential delays.
That's a smart approach. What would you do if a passenger is unhappy with the route you've chosen or the ride?
I believe communication is important in such situations. I would politely listen to their concerns and try to address them as best as possible. If they prefer a different route, I would accommodate their request as long as it's feasible and safe. If they are uncomfortable with something in the car, like the temperature or the seat, I would adjust it immediately to ensure their comfort. My goal is to make the ride pleasant and stress-free for the passenger.
That's great to hear. Safety is a priority for us. Can you tell us how you ensure the safety of yourself and your passengers while driving?
Safety is always my top priority. I make sure to follow all traffic laws, including speed limits, seatbelt regulations, and road signs. I perform regular checks of the vehicle before and after every trip, making sure the tires, brakes, lights, and other essential components are in good condition. During the trip, I stay focused on the road, avoid distractions, and keep a safe distance from other vehicles. If I notice any potential hazards, I take immediate action to avoid them.
Very thorough. We also value punctuality. How do you manage time to ensure you're always on time for pickups and drop-offs?
I plan my routes ahead of time and take into account the expected traffic conditions, distance, and time of day. I always leave some buffer time to account for unexpected delays. I also make sure to check real-time traffic updates through apps like Google Maps or Waze, which help me avoid congested areas. Being punctual is essential, so I always aim to arrive a few minutes early for every pickup.
Sounds like you're well prepared. Finally, why do you want to work with us?
I've heard great things about your company and the professional environment you provide for drivers. I appreciate the emphasis you place on customer service and safety, and I believe my skills and experience align with your values. I'm eager to contribute to your team and work in an environment where I can continue to provide excellent service to passengers while growing professionally.
Can you tell us about a challenging driving situation you faced and how you handled it?
One time I was driving during a heavy rainstorm and visibility was poor. I slowed down to maintain a safe speed and made sure my headlights were on. I also kept a greater distance from the car in front of me to ensure I could stop in time if necessary. At the same time, I remained calm and reassured my passengers that everything was under control. I took extra care to follow all traffic signals and road markings, ensuring safety for everyone in the vehicle.
How do you handle situations where a passenger is late for a pickup or drop-off?
I always make sure to arrive early for any scheduled pickup to ensure that I'm ready and waiting for the passenger. If they're running late, I will contact them to confirm their estimated arrival time. I stay patient and flexible, making sure I'm available for them when they arrive. If it's a situation that will cause significant delay, I keep the passenger informed so they can make alternative plans if needed.
How would you handle a situation where the car you're driving breaks down during a trip?
If the car breaks down, my first priority would be to ensure the safety of the passengers. I would pull over to a safe area if possible, turn on the hazard lights, and assess the situation. I would contact roadside assistance or the company immediately to request help. While waiting for assistance, I would keep the passengers informed, reassure them, and try to make them as comfortable as possible. If necessary, I would arrange for another vehicle or offer alternatives for the passengers to continue their journey.
How do you keep the car clean and in good condition?
I make it a point to keep the car clean and well maintained at all times. I regularly vacuum and wipe down the seats and dashboard, and I ensure the car smells fresh. I also check the car's fluids, tire pressure, and other essential components on a regular basis to keep everything running smoothly. I report any issues to the maintenance team immediately so that the vehicle stays in optimal condition for every trip.
Can you give an example of how you've demonstrated excellent customer service in your previous driving jobs?
In one instance, a passenger had a tight connection to catch a flight. We encountered some traffic, and I could see they were starting to get anxious. I reassured them that we would make it on time, and I used my knowledge of local routes to find a quicker way to the airport. I also helped them with their luggage when we arrived, ensuring that they were dropped off as close to the terminal as possible. They were very grateful and mentioned it in their feedback, which was rewarding for me.
How would you handle a situation where you were in a rush and your passenger requests several stops along the way?
While I understand the importance of punctuality, I also recognize that the passenger's needs are a priority. I would first discuss with them whether any stops could be skipped or combined to save time. If they still need all the stops, I would make sure to adjust my schedule and communicate with them throughout the trip. I would remain professional, keep a positive attitude, and ensure that I get them to their destination as efficiently as possible while accommodating their requests.
Do you have any experience with using ride-hailing apps or GPS systems?
Yes, I am very familiar with using ride-hailing apps like Uber, Lyft, and similar platforms. I am also skilled in using GPS systems, including Google Maps and Waze, to plan routes and adjust for real-time traffic conditions. I find these tools essential for providing efficient service and getting passengers to their destinations quickly and safely.
How do you ensure you stay alert during long shifts?
I make sure to take regular breaks during long shifts, especially on longer trips. I stay hydrated, eat healthy snacks, and avoid heavy meals that could make me feel sluggish. If I feel drowsy, I pull over at a safe location and take a short break, even if it's just a stretch or walk around for a few minutes. I also maintain a positive mindset and listen to upbeat music or podcasts to stay engaged and alert.
How do you stay up to date with traffic laws and driving regulations?
I regularly review local traffic laws and regulations to stay informed about any changes. I also attend workshops or training sessions offered by professional driving organizations. Additionally, I use online resources and apps to keep up to date with new traffic patterns, road closures, and any other information that could affect my driving.
What are your long-term career goals as a driver?
My long-term goal is to continue developing my skills as a driver while taking on more responsibilities within the transportation field. I'm interested in learning about fleet management or possibly training new drivers. I would also like to explore opportunities where I can provide exceptional customer service while working with a company that values professionalism, safety, and efficiency.
What would you do if you were given a very challenging or unfamiliar route?
If I am given a challenging or unfamiliar route, I would first review the route in detail using a GPS or maps. I would look for any possible road closures, construction zones, or detours. If necessary, I would reach out to colleagues or the office for guidance or tips on the route. Throughout the trip, I'd stay alert, follow all signs and instructions carefully, and adjust my driving accordingly to ensure the safety of both myself and the passengers.